This week's homework we're looking at fractions, decimals and percentages, and in particular changing between the three because they're all technically the same thing. You might know that a half could be written as 0.5, changing the fraction into a decimal version of itself. But how do we get from there to here? Well, what we do is we take 1 and we divide it by 2, the top divided by the bottom, and it gives us 0.5. And if we want to change a decimal into a percentage, we just take that number and we times it by 100. 0.5 times 100 is 50%. There's lots of other ones that are commonly known. For example, a quarter can be written as 0.25, which can also be written as 25%. If we take 1 and we divide it by 4, we'll get 0.25. We times that by 100, we get 25%. Sometimes we'll get some more complicated ones, like 3/5. Taking 3/5, we can do 3 divided by 5, which will give us 0.6. Timesing that by 100 gets us 60%. So we've changed 3/5 into a decimal and into a percentage. But what if we have a more complicated one? And what if we're doing it the other way, like 75%? Well, 75% could also be written as 0.75. But how do we change that into a fraction? It's a little bit more complicated. All we do is we write down 75 over 100. And we think about how we could simplify that because that's a big nasty fraction there. So the way to do that is to think about what is the biggest number that we could fit into 75 and into 100? Well, that's 25. And 25 goes into 75 3 times and 100 4 times. So it's 3/4.